Hey y'all, it's Friday. Happy Friday. Good morning or good afternoon, rather. It's 12:40 right now. Calm and lit. Make sure you get those assignments done so I can get them graded and get them back to you. Um, the Rules of the Game by Amy Tan and the youth offenders being sentenced to chess lessons. That's also an interesting one. Um, yeah, as far as a life update, I actually just left Douglas. I had to go back to Douglas and pack up my classroom, take all my posters off the wall and everything. And it's kind of sad. It's really sad being in an empty school building, especially when you're somebody who like just likes the sound of students. I just like the sound of learning. I like the sound of y'all just being teenagers. So it's just really weird being in a really big school building with y'all not being there. So I miss y'all a lot. I really do. Um, this is not how I wanted our school year to end with each other. I wanted us to get through testing, and I wanted us to spend those last 3 weeks really focusing on something that I'm passionate about. I really wanted us to study like some dialect because sometimes when authors write, uh, particularly African American authors, they write in what's called dialect. So they write like how we speak. And I really wanted to get into some dialect in code switching, which is like when you use your interview voice like this. But I wanted to mm, next year, right? Next year. So yeah, quote for today. Quote for today. We're back with Zora Neale Hurston, who's someone who often writes in dialect, who is someone who I was totally going to focus on in particular because she's one of my favorites. But Zora Neale Hurston has a quote. She says, "If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say that you enjoyed it." So, um, I'm just curious, how can you relate that quote to to your life, to the world today? Um, I'm not sure if you guys really follow the news or not, but if you do follow the news, I'm sure you've heard about Ahmaud Arbery, who was murdered while he was on a job in his neighborhood. Uh, Murdered in cold blood. All he was doing was jogging. Uh, so, what does it mean? If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say that you enjoyed it. Uh, as far as vocabulary for today, the word for today is epitome. So epitome just means like the standard or example or of something. So I could say like if you're the standard, you are what it means to be this. So I could say that Beyonce is the epitome of a successful entertainer, right? She is the standard. If you want to be a successful entertainer, you want to hit Beyonce's level, right? Or I could say that you guys are the epitome of what it means to be a teenager because you guys are kind of lame and annoying and you do lame and annoying things. Therefore, you guys epitomize what it means to be a teenager. Or uh, there's just so many ways you could use it. Romeo is the epitome of a thirsty young man. Odysseus is the epitome of a hero. Um, Kanye West is the epitome of a rapper. But yeah, just think about that quote. Think about the quote. Think about the vocabulary words, and I just me talking to y'all one on one. Um, just when I tell you guys after class every day to make wise decisions, I need you to understand that I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I'm saying it because in 1 second your whole life can change. It can be thrown just completely off course. It takes 1 second. So you really have to make sure that you're making wise decisions and being as proactive as you possibly can to prevent things like that, to just prevent bad things from happening to you. But then I tell you to make wise decisions. I tell you to stay vigilant. But then I also hear cases of somebody like Ahmaud Arbery who did nothing wrong. All he did was go jogging, and then when that happens, I don't know what to tell you. Like I just it's kind of like Trayvon Martin all over again. I was 24 when Trayvon Martin happened, and now we have this young man, and it's just like, just when will it stop? But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you make wise decisions. I miss you. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you are. Love you. Bye.